Hi everybody, and a big warm welcome to our closing masterclass quiz. I'm Lisa Shirley, Community Manager for Formula Botanica, and I'm joined here by the lovely Brooke. Brooke, if you'd like to say hi.
Hi everyone, I hope you've all enjoyed the masterclass. I'm Brooke and I'm the formulation tutor at Formula Botanica. You might have seen me in a couple of the Q&As up until now, but I hope you're all doing well and I hope you've all watched all of the videos and you're excited to finish up the masterclass.
Yep, and that is a really important point because our masterclass and our entrepreneur program closes in an hour, and that is going to go really quickly. So we're rounding things off just with kind of like a fun quiz just to kind of end the masterclass and end the entrepreneur program enrollment period. So I hope you're going to have fun with us today. There's no prizes. We're just doing this just to kind of like enjoy the masterclass for the last hour that is available. And thank you so much for already joining in the comments. I didn't even need to ask. We've got Teresa, Seema, Idris again, amazing. Cheryl, Linda, Winnie. I'm seeing a lot of these familiar names. That's really great. I think a couple of people have actually enrolled, and I can see a few student names in here as well, which is always good. Everyone just kind of like joins in and has some fun. A couple of countries, we've got Santa Fe, South Africa, Tanzania. This is amazing. What else do we have here? China, Las Vegas, very jealous. So thank you so much for joining us. Now, it is important to kind of have this countdown because you only have 1 hour to watch the lessons. I hope you've got some time. The lessons are only kind of 10 minutes each. So if you do need that hour, please like stick with us, but just, you know, use it wisely. And if you have any questions about the entrepreneur program, there's still time. There's still time. Just reach out to our team at hello@formulabotanica.com. I promise you, we've had the question. So please do not worry. Just reach out to us. And our help desk team are in the comments right now. And we have Kelly and Liziani, I believe, actually helping in the comments of this too. So yeah, we've got, our team is still working. We are working until the very end of the masterclass. But I just actually, before we started, let me just see if I can share my screen really quickly, because I just wanted to show you all the creams. Can you see that, Brooke?
I can, they look amazing.
There's just so many in here. I don't think we've had this many before, dare I say.
I don't think so.
There's
so many.
There's just so many, like every single picture. Obviously, we love other formulations in here, and we didn't expect it. But nearly everyone is people celebrating and sharing the fact that they have made this cream. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. Our skincare entrepreneur mastermind has turned into a sea of yellow pots, and we couldn't be happier. I mean, just thank you. You really need to take a moment here and just appreciate all the work that you have done. And whether it's been your first time formulating or you had a little bit of experience, if you just took part and gave it a go, just pat on the back to you. Well done, because it shows you are the action takers and you took a bit of commitment and you really achieved something. So we couldn't do it without you. It would just be us kind of creating something. Brooke and a wonderful team have created this masterclass formula, and it would just be them doing it. We need you to participate to make it a success. So thank you so much. Okay, shall we get on with the quiz?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is just, you know, questions based around the masterclass. As I said, just a little bit of fun, just kind of like go with it. So if you know the answer, little pop quiz. If you know the answer, chuck it in the comments and we will try and read it out if you're the first one. I mean, you know, sometimes people can come in at the same time, but if you know the answer, just say it as quick as you can. Okay. This is a super easy one. This is funny that this is the first question because of what I've just shared my screen. Okay, so so easy. What color was the botanical cream that we made in the masterclass? If everybody doesn't get this right, I mean, I don't know. I can't really help you, but everyone should know the answer to this. While people are answering this, Brooke, what is one of your favorite things to formulate?
Oh, I think personally my favourite things would be either emulsions or gels, because I have quite dry skin, so it likes a lot of hydration and water into it, with a lot of oils as well. But I think emulsions are so much fun to formulate, especially with ones like the Masterclass cream, where we can use oil and water emulsifiers and make sort of nice, rich products without them being too heavy.
I really love balms. I don't know why more people. I need you to start making me some balms, but they're my
Absolutely. I love all different kinds of formulations. I think it's really hard to try and pick one, but in terms of things I use most, I do actually use a lot of balms as well. I use balms for cleansing and cuticles and lips and all that sort of stuff.
That's why they're the best. You can just use them for everything.
Yeah.
Right, looking in the comments. Okay, so I mean, I don't know what is the answer, Brooke, because there's two answers coming. They're both technically correct.
They are both technically correct. So, from my perspective, I would say that the Masterclass cream is orange. So this is the cream that I have, which is a sort of orangey yellowy colour. So everyone is right in as much as it's an orangey yellow colour. It depends ever so slightly on the sea buckthorn you have, because different batches of oils have slightly different limits. So one might have it where it comes out slightly more yellowy, one might have it where it comes out more orange, and it depends on how it comes out. But pretty much it's yellowy orange, and I think everybody was quite right there.
I mean, Daisy Kapoor, I can see you put orangish yellow. I mean, that's the closest
You're
thing.
quite right.
Said, but I've got here Superstar. What a great name. Neefles, Lara, Carla, Runaway. I recognize you from the other lives. Hello, welcome back. Cheryl, Teresa. I mean, everyone got that right. That's a 100% score right there. So congratulations to everyone. So well done on that one. That was an easy one.
That's an easy one to start us off.
It's an easy one. Okay, so I hope everyone's been paying attention in the lessons. Okay, question number 2. How many shades of natural do we outline in lesson 1? Don't give the answer.
That's a good question.
We've done this before. I know the temptation is you want to give the answer straight away. So how many shades of natural do we outline in lesson 1? And I want to kind of give you a clue here. It might exist in the lesson, it might exist in your workbook. It's around there, but if you do have your workbook near you, maybe for some of the answers, maybe grab it, because that actually might help you with a few of them. Okay, let me go to the chat. Let's have a look.
I think most people have got it right.
One person didn't get it right. I won't name and shame. I can see just one person didn't get it right. That's actually pretty amazing. Okay, Brooke, what is the answer?
So the answer is 3. So we cover 3 shades of natural in our masterclass lessons. There are more shades of natural, and there's different ones depending on how you define it, but there are 3 major ones that we teach you about in the lessons.
Amazing.
So everyone was right with that one.
Everyone but one. But Denise, lovely to see you again, Denise. Melanie, Katya, Nikki Plans for Magic. What a great name. All these names are just so
People
good.
have so many cool names.
Many cool names. Connie, Cheryl, Lara, Daisy, well done. You got that right. Nice and simple one. Well done. Next question. Okay, this is a true or false question. So I want you to think about the very beginning, kind of the lessons, and us talking about ingredients and kind of what they mean to you. So we used 100% natural ingredients to make the botanical face cream. True or false? True or false? What is your favorite type of face cream to use, Brooke? If you're using like creams on your face, what kind of essential oils and stuff like that do you like to use?
Oh, so I love citrusy kind of oils, and one of my favorite combinations is rose geranium with bergamot, because I really like that sort of florally note with a little bit of the citrus woven in. If for things like foot creams and stuff, mint is a really good one. Having a nice sort of spearmint eucalyptus kind of scent profile is really nice as well. What about you? What kind of scents do you like?
Tansy girl. I love blue tansy so much. I think I don't know what it is. It's just like I've fallen in love with it. I mean, I could put it anywhere, but I just want to get that. There's a couple on the market. I just want to get them, just rub it absolutely everywhere. So I would choose that. I do like citrus, but more for the body, and then tansy for the face. Okay. So, what's the answer, Brooke? Everyone seems to have got this right.
The answer is, it is of course true. And at Formula Botanica, we try and teach you to use natural ingredients wherever possible. It is our USP that we teach you natural and organic cosmetic formulation. So everyone is right. It is true. And we did use 100% natural ingredients to make our botanical face cream.
We absolutely did. And if you want to search more about ingredients or what natural means to you, just go to our blog post on our website. If the team could share that in the comments and just have, do a little bit of experimenting, kind of understand more about it. There's so many free materials you can go and explore there. So I really would recommend people do that. I'm going to flag up this question as well. This isn't part of the quiz. This is a little bit of a tech question here. This is from Marwa. It says, can I save Masterclass offline as I just had the ticket yesterday? You can't, I'm afraid. We do have to have an endpoint to these things because we do have to kind of get everyone together, have the lessons at a certain time, have the lives at a certain time. So we need to have a cutoff point, and that cutoff point is always going to have to be at some point, and that is today at 4 p.m., which is in about 50 minutes. So our Masterclass and our Entrepreneur Program will close at 4 o'clock today. So I do hope you can do whatever you can. I would say if you don't have enough time to watch all the lessons, just jump into our community, have fun in the Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind group. Just go to our blog section, see what you can find in there. Reach out to us if you have any questions about our courses. But I'm afraid we do have to close it because otherwise we'll be doing the Masterclass all year. And as fun as that would be, we need to kind of have Brooke doing other things as well. Okay. So, question number 4. Brooke loves equipment. So, what is the most important piece of equipment for us as formulated? And seeing as you love equipment, Brooke, what is your favorite piece of equipment?
Oh, I have to say the correct answer is probably my favorite piece of equipment. So I'm not going to give that away just yet.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. But another thing would be ones that are the most fun to use would probably be beakers, just because they look so cool and you can make so many cool things with beakers. You need them for absolutely everything you make. And they're really cute. It's so cool to sort of feel so sciencey and like you're in a proper lab. But yeah, it's lovely. Because definitely add that sort of chemistry kind of vibe to it, which is nice.
Yeah, and they're also super cute.
They are cute. They're very cute, especially the little ones, and as well as the really big ones are actually quite cool too.
Exactly.
I've got one that's about 600 ml that I have never actually used to make a formulation because I've never made that big of a batch of anything. But
I have tiny ones that I've never used because they're just too cute to use. So on the side. Okay. Oh, okay. So lots of different answers here. From Teresa, we've got scale. Melanie says the right answer. Carla says scale. Winnie says scale. We've got 2 answers here. We've got workbook, scale. Cheryl says pH tester. Thermometer and
tester. A couple of votes for mini whisks and thermometer.
So we've got a couple of different answers here, which is interesting. It's good to kind of see different answers there. And you're right, all these things are important, but what do we say is number 1?
So everyone's quite right. They are all very important pieces of equipment, but the most important thing you need to have is your lab workbook, because if you don't have somewhere to write down your formulation, you've got no formulations to make. So it's really good to have something to write all of your ideas down in, write all of your formulations and keep track of them, because if you make a fantastic formulation and you want to make it again, you have to have it written down somewhere. I actually had it once where when we were doing filming, I had to come up with a formulation on the cuff and I wrote it down on a scrap of paper, and it was a really good formulation, and I then wanted to put it on the blog, but that scrap of paper was gone, and at that point I really, really wished I had my lab notebook with me. So definitely a good lesson learned is to always keep your lab notebook with you. But
yeah, exactly. So no one's really wrong on that one. We'll give everyone kind of credit for that because everyone's answers are. Maybe there are people also thinking about what their favorite one is there when they're thinking about the most important, because, the most important one is kind of, your favorite. But yeah, definitely do get a workbook going, a formulation workbook, because we have a saying, if you didn't write it down, it didn't happen, because that's the best way to learn. So yeah.
Absolutely. It's very, very difficult to keep all those formulations in your head and make sure you're writing everything down and do all the calculations. So having a workbook and somewhere to pour all of those ideas out is amazing when you're formulating. It's one of the easiest things to do is to forget little details. So writing them down means that you can keep track of them and always make sure that you're improving your formulations, which is good, which is what we want.
Okay, question number 5. So what botanical oil did we blend with the neroli hydrosol and the emulsifier in lesson 2? So everyone should know this. I can see you want to answer, Brooke, but you Can't, I'm
So
afraid.
it's a weird habit because I've never done one of the quizzes before. I've always done sort of having to answer the question, so I'm having
Yeah.
to stop myself from answering it automatically. But
I'm afraid you have to have
yeah.
a little bit of a break. I'll do some tech questions while waiting for people to answer. So I can see someone says, how long are the VIP materials available? If you did buy the VIP ticket, you have until 30th of May to watch the materials. So you do get a little bit of extra time. So don't worry, you still got time for that. But the masterclass does end at 4 o'clock. Okay, I can see the answers pouring in. Yeah, everyone seemed, actually a few different kind of answers here. But Brooke, what is the right answer?
So the correct answer is sweet almond oil, because that is our carrier oil for the botanical face cream we've used. The couple of other answers we have, you are quite right, that's in the formulation, but they're not the oil that we blend with the hydrosol and the emulsifier in that particular phase. We add those ones later on. But yes, sweet almond oil is the right answer. So well done, everybody.
So Marie, Monica, Elizabeth, Teresa, lovely names, Winnie, Linda, Connie, all like top marks. Well done for that. The answers are coming in like so quickly. People are correcting their answers. That's cheating. We take first answer only. But don't worry, it's just for fun. Okay. Question number 6. So when measuring cosmetic ingredients such as essential oils, do we use drops? So do we always use drops? So is that true or false? So what are one of your favorite essential oils, Brooke? It's got to be something citrus, obviously, because you love citrus, or is it?
Oh, favorite essential oils. I think as essential oils, actually, my favorite one of my favorites would possibly be lavender, because you can just throw lavender in everything and it makes it so relaxing. And the other thing is we have lavender at home, so we have lavender plants out in the garden. So I try and make sort of hydrosols a little bit and use it a little bit in some formulations, which is quite nice. And then second one would be bergamot. I think would be my second favorite, because it's got a really nice sort of crisp scent to it. And it's
Brooke and I went to an expo last year and were given some frankincense oil, and I always loved it, but now I'm like, yeah.
Frankincense is quite a sort of rich, heavy smell, isn't it? It weighs you down a little bit. It's quite grounding, but
it's very grounding, but I like the earthiness of it. I just love that. I think if you love something, it can make you feel uplifted, even though it's like very grounding. It's very odd, essential oils, but I'm definitely a fan. Okay, what is the answer, Brooke?
So the answer is, of course, false. We do not use essential oils and measure them out in drops, because that is not an accurate way of doing that. We would measure our essential oils in weight with scales, which I think everyone has got right. So that's really good.
Yeah. Ash, Connie again, Kiana, I think actually studying with us now. I could be wrong, but I do think you are now a student. So hello, Kiana. Yeah, Linda, Mercy, Seema, Rita. Yeah, well done. Thank you, everybody. Everyone's doing like so well. This is the most correct answers I think we've ever had. We usually get kind of a mix, but everyone seems to have paid attention.
They have. They've been studying.
You've been studying, which is brilliant. Okay, everyone should know the answer to this one, number 7. An emulsion is a mix of oil and water in one product. True or false? So were you all paying attention? Who knows? Let's have a look.
We shall wait and see.
We shall wait and see. Give it a second.
I saw someone flash past asking me if I'm a chemist.
You don't need to be a chemist to be a formulator. We say that all the time. I think that is something that the industry has been encouraging everyone, because they don't want you to be at home. They don't want you to be making your own products. And our mission is to teach you that is false, and you absolutely can do that. So yeah, please don't expect everyone who knows formulation to be a chemist, because that is not true.
And to answer your question, no, I'm not a chemist. I did the entrepreneur program, which is the program that we're going through at the moment, the one that closes in 40 minutes. So I did that program, and that's what led me here, which is really fun. But I think we've got a lot of answers pouring in.
We do, and a few different ones. This is split maybe 80-20, but what's the answer?
So the answer is true. An emulsion is a mix of oil and water together in one product. So this, everyone who says you need an emulsifier, you are quite correct. You do need an emulsifier to bring these two together. But oil and water combined into one product makes an emulsion, which is why this answer is true. So well done, everybody.
Well done, everyone. Okay. Okay, now this is one that might be a little bit of a thinker, but I don't know. I mean, I know you can see other answers in the chat, so people might be able to cheat. But question 8. When choosing a natural preservative, it should be broad.
Blank.
Broad.
What's the blank space for? Is the question.
What is the blank space for? Have a think. What is your favourite natural preservative to use? Because I know obviously the ones can be used for different things. What's your favourite?
Oh, I think that's a difficult one to answer because different products need different preservatives. So depending on what you're formulating and what I'm making, it'll depend on which preservative I need to use. So I wouldn't say I've got a favourite one. Preservative Eco is probably the most versatile, which is quite good and helps to cover a lot of different products, but things like potassium sorbate and sodium benzoate, that's a very, very good combination. So if anybody wants to make any water-based products that don't have oils in them, that's a very, very good option to try. So
great.
Start branching out a little bit with that one.
Great. Well done. You know your stuff, Brooke. You know your stuff. Brooke has done all the courses. Yeah, she knows. I think everyone's got that right, but one who again I won't name. Yeah, well done. She, I think that is. Teresa again, Elizabeth, Moana, Daisy. Oh my God, amazing. Well done, everybody. I thought that was going to stump everybody. Everyone seems to have got that right. So congratulations.
You're all very switched on this afternoon.
Very switched on. I feel like the switched on people who know the answers actually do maybe join the quiz because they've done their homework and they're A-star students and they want to join in. So, okay, question number 9.
Do we need to say the right answer though? Or does everybody know?
Oh, did we not? Did we not say it? Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. What's the answer?
I'm jumping the gun there. So the answer is, I think everybody already knows, but the answer is broad spectrum. So this means that your preservative needs to cover bacteria, yeast, and mold. If your preservative isn't broad spectrum, it means it doesn't cover all 3 of those categories. You might have 1 or 2 missing, which is when you need something called a booster, which will give you enough of it's another element to your preservative to boost against the element where your broad spectrum or not broad spectrum preservative is lacking. But yeah, everyone was on the ball with that one. So
99.9 correction. So well done, everybody. Jumping ahead. Okay. Question 9. What type of water-based extract did we add to the botanical face cream? What type?
Let's see if everyone can remember this one.
Yeah, so even I'm kind of thinking, I have to everything's all molding in together now. But what type of water-based extract did we add to the botanical face cream? I mean, we tried to keep it simple, but obviously we did give you a few steps in the masterclass. So you do need to just have a little think to the lessons and what you've actually done. Let's have a look and see. Oh, there's a few answers coming in, but I'll give people a little bit of time. There's a few tech questions. So while people are giving the answer, people ask, I've seen 2 questions about payment plans. Just send an email to my team, hello@formulabotanica.com, and we do offer a payment plan for the entrepreneur program, but just email our team and they should be able to help you, so don't worry. So you still have time, and even if it goes past 4 o'clock, you can still reach out to our team. So do not worry, hello@formulabotanica.com. Okay, I can see the answers coming in.
We've got a few different splits for this one, haven't we?
A few different splits, which is good. People are answering and, not trying to cheat. So what is the correct answer, Brooke?
So the correct answer is papaya glycerite. So this is the water-based extract that we used. I saw a couple of people said sea buckthorn. That was the oil-based extract that we used. So you're quite right. It was in the same phase, but that one was oil-based. And neroli hydrosol was our foundation for the cream. It's our water-based foundation, which is in a different phase of the product. That was our lesson 1 phase, whereas water-based extract we did in lesson 3. But papaya is the correct answer.
So Superstar, Denise, who else? Oh, a couple of
Winnie
people
got it correct.
Get that wrong. Who else? Oh, Winnie got it right. Well done. Amazing. Well done, everybody. A couple of people answering questions that were like from 5 minutes ago. That's okay.
We've got a slight delay, haven't we?
A slight delay in the time. That's all right with us. Okay, well done, everybody. Okay, question 10. Okay, so which tool did we use to stir our emulsion base in lesson 3 to create the cream? So which tool did we use to stir our emulsion base in lesson 3 to create the cream? And if you do have more interest in tools and equipment and things like that, as I said earlier, please do go and check out our blog section. There's loads of examples of people there starting their labs at home with a small kit. A small kind of like lab space. You don't need like a ton of equipment to start being a formulator. So we really do want to hammer that message home. You can start with a few things. And if you ever seen Brooke in a live, you can see her little lab in a bag, which has now become #famous. You can have a small lab in a bag. You really do not need a lot of equipment to start as a formulator.
Definitely not. My wash bag is definitely a testament to you can do it very easily with not too much equipment, which is one of the best things about formulating, really, is it is quite accessible to everybody, provided you're a little bit smart with it and you know to shop for things in your area. So things like ingredients, it's very easy to find different ingredients that are local to where you live, and that can make it a little bit easier. Sometimes getting ingredients that are from other parts of the world can be a little bit trickier, but you get the hang of it eventually.
And you get the hang of it, and you find your feet, and we help you with that as well. So don't worry.
We do, definitely.
Okay, so what is the answer, Brooke?
Everybody's got this one right again. The answer is a mini whisk, because it is the best tool for stirring together 2 phases of an emulsion. So well done, everybody. You got that one.
Teresa's cheating there. You gave 2 answers, Teresa. You have to only get one, and I'm going to take the first one, and that wasn't the right answer. The second one is your right answer. So yeah, amazing. A couple of people doing 2 answers there. I think everyone's kind of like trying their luck, but most people got that right. So well done. A question here from Tobago says, are we still going to be able to access the videos after 4 o'clock? I'm afraid no. I'll say it just a few times just to make sure everyone's kind of aware, but from 4 o'clock we do close the entrepreneur program and the masterclass, so everything will be gone from then. So I am sorry about that. Okay.
It's always sad when the sort of ends up being over, isn't it? But
I know for everything we do have to have kind of a section. We do have to have like a date that it's going to end. So, otherwise we'd be doing these quizzes like every week. So
wouldn't have any time to design the next one if we don't.
Exactly. Okay, question 11. Dermal limits refer to safe levels of use for which ingredients used in the botanical.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, so that's a little bit more kind of a technical question, but just while people are answering that, Brooke, when did you start? I know you've told the story, but when did you start studying with Formula Botanica?
Oh, so I think it was 2016 was the year I joined, because I was 14 at the time, and I did the 14. Yeah, I started the courses 2016, I believe. So yeah, I did the entrepreneur program that was available then. So it has a slightly different amount of courses, because not all of the courses that we have in there today were actually available during that long ago. It's amazing to think, actually, it's nearly 10 years ago. That's making me feel old. So yeah, so I finished that. I did my 4 years at Formula Botanica, and then I came to join the Formula Botanica team, which is good.
So if someone could start when they're 14, guys, there is.
If I can do it alongside my sort of GCSEs and that kind of stuff, I think everybody can manage it. Definitely. That is I wasn't sort of any chemist or didn't have any sort of university background before I started. I started young, so
yep, that is just incredible. So yeah, props to Brooke for starting when she was 14. So age is just a number. Okay, I think most people got this right. Gloria, Sharon, Denise, Teresa, Serena, Carla, Lillian, Winnie, everyone got this right. I can't see anybody getting this wrong. Yeah,
that's really good. Marvelous. That's one of the safety ones, so it's a good one to get right.
That's a good one. And Lucas says, thank you, great team. You were very encouraging. Well, it's part of our job,
Thank you,
Luca, to be encouraging to people, just to prove and show you that it absolutely is possible. So do not worry. We are here to help you through your formulation journey and have some fun as well. It's just about kind of having fun with it at the end of the day. Okay.
You ready for the answer?
Oh, sorry, because I read the answer. I think we've done the answer. I'm glad you're here, Brooke.
So, as everybody seems to already know, the answer is, of course, essential oils.
Absolutely.
You have to have an eye on the ball with the dermal limits for your essential oils when you're formulating with them. So, well done, everybody.
Yep, absolutely. And sorry for keep moving on. I feel like because I see the answer, we've said it out loud. And I see someone asking about the group as well. Will the Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind group still be open? It absolutely will. And it's only getting bigger. So if you're not watching from there, you're not a member, please do jump in there and go have some fun in there. But yeah, that app group will absolutely always be open. So that will never close. Okay, question 12. Okay, the melting point of an ingredient is the temperature at which it becomes liquid. I think that's a true or false.
Is that a true? That is a true or false.
Yeah, but I put a question mark at the end, which doesn't make grammatically any sense. But the melting point of an ingredient is the temperature at which it becomes
liquid.
Sorry, I can't read it because I put the question mark. I'm not reading it. So we'll see what answers come in for that, because I don't even know if people can understand the question. But it is true or false. I'm hoping people get that right and can see through me.
I think they have.
Great.
Yeah, everyone's right.
Okay.
I'm flooding in. We're good.
Even though my delivery was terrible, everyone seems to have got that right. So what is the answer, Brooke?
So the answer is, it is true. The melting point of an ingredient is the temperature at which it becomes completely liquid. So this will depend on each individual ingredient. So I can see a couple of people coming up with the number 75 degrees, which is the melting point of the emulsifier we used in the masterclass. So very well remembered, but that's for the emulsifier specifically. It won't always be the same melting point. For different ingredients will have different melting points. So
Absolutely.
but everyone's right, so that's great.
Yeah. I can see a few new names. I've got Jennifer, Lara, Stephanie. Well done. I think people are joining at like different times. So well done, everybody. People seem to have got that one, even though I completely butchered the question. So extra points for that. Okay. Now, well, this might be a question for you, Brooke. I don't know if you know the answer to this one, but we'll see.
Okay.
So Formula Botanica has students in over 182 countries. True or false? Or in 182 countries, I think that's meant to be. True or false? So in a couple of our speeches, have you heard us say how many students we have? Let's see if people know the answer.
I'm going to see if I remember the most up-to-date answer now. It changes
That's
every year. So
exactly, and that is, you know, that's kind of why we asked, because we do expand our country list every year. Oh, well, I can see someone. Well, someone is on the money there. Well done. Well, technically the answer is true, because I phrased it here as over 182, but it was 182. But Nikki Plans for Magic is, I think, the only one to get it on the money, and it's actually 184 now. We've added some new countries to our list. So, Brooke, did you know that was the answer?
I had 183, so it's been updated since the last time I knew, but there you go.
Yeah, we have such an international community. There aren't many companies that are in 184 such countries around the world. So we're really, really proud of that. And every year we do kind of add like 1 or 2 countries, because we're in so many now, the number's not going to jump up. But I can't remember the country we actually added, but the answer is now 184, Brooke. So now you know. But extra points to, I mean, everyone kind of got that right. I'll let you have that one. Oh, Liechtenstein is actually Nikki Plans for Magic has actually told me what that was, because we said it in a live. Wow, you are going for bonus points in this quiz. Definitely. And I'm happy to give it to you. So well done. You know more than us. I knew it was something like that. Okay. Question 14. So this is true or false again. An emulsifier blends only oil-based ingredients into a formula. I don't know if we've given the answer right to this one yet, Brooke, in our chat.
We might have done if we've been.
Is it
everyone's
true?
On the ball, so we shall see. But
yeah, an emulsifier blends only oil-based ingredients into a formula. The emulsify part of the masterclass is always really interesting, because people really, really get into that. Like, you'd think everyone would be so excited just to add the colors and like get the cream, but doing the actual emulsify part is really important to their formulation, and they really seem like so into that. We get so many pictures in the Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind group of that.
I think it's fab, really, because emulsification is one of those things that's a little bit like magic, really.
Mm-hmm.
You think of it to start with, the oil and water do not blend together, and no matter how much you stir it, they won't blend together. And then you pull an emulsifier into it, and all of a sudden, poof, like magic, they combine together. So it's always one of those fascinating things that when you start formulating, you realise you can defy physics itself and bind oil and water together, or chemistry.
See? You can defy physics itself. I mean, that's going to be a Formula Botanica t-shirt. Okay, well, I can see all the answers coming in. What is the answer, Brooke?
So the answer is, everyone's quite right, the answer is false. So an emulsifier will blend oil or water-based products together into a formula, and it's just a way of bringing your oil and water together. So it doesn't matter what the ingredient is. If it's oil-based or water-based, you will combine them together, and that's the whole point of having an emulsifier. So well done, everybody. You were all quite right.
You've all got that right. And I've just looked at the time. We've got, I'm going to say like 25 minutes, to until Masterclass closes, until the Entrepreneur Program closes. And Lorraine is going to be joining us in this live, I think, for like the last 10 minutes. So if you do want to use that last opportunity just to ask Lorraine a question, or just see Lorraine and say hi, she's going to be with us in a matter of 15 minutes really. But yeah, that is always exciting to kind of like have Lorraine like join one of our lives. So do stick around for that. But yeah, it is 25 minutes until we finish. So thank you for joining us for this kind of like roundup. It's been just so fun. It's sad to end it, but we will be back, won't we, for another one. We're already thinking about the next masterclass. So yeah, join us for the next one. Like, keep the fun going. Have we done the answer to this one yet?
We have, yep.
Okay,
we're good for that one. Move on to the next question.
Okay, 15. So when researching your ingredients, we encouraged you to use the INCI name.
Oh, true or false?
Have a think about what the INCI name is. If you can remember, like grab your workbook if you need a bit of a clue. But when researching your ingredients,
bonus points if anybody knows what INCI stands for.
Yes, that is great, actually. Yeah, that is very good. Bonus points.
Get extra bonus points for that.
Yeah, well done. That is a great thing to ask them. And Gloria says here, thank you very much. Y'all are awesome. You are awesome as well, Gloria. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Gloria.
We are awesome because you are awesome.
Everyone is awesome in Formula Botanica.
Everyone is awesome here. Okay, answers are flooding in. Monica, Stree, Kiana again, Teresa. Oh, and a couple of answers to
They all got it right. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I can see 3 answers are correct. So what's the first answer to the question, and then what's the actual definition?
So the answer is, of course, true. We encourage you to use the INCI name when you're researching your ingredients, because this means that you can find them easier. So when brands or manufacturers make cosmetic products, they give them something called a trade name. So things like our emulsifiers, where the trade name is Vegetal, but it will have a INCI name, which is its sort of cosmetic component name almost, or the botanical name, whatever you want to call it from that perspective. And that will be always the same, even if the trade name differs. And everyone else is quite right. It stands for the International Nomenclature of Cosmetic Ingredients, which is a tongue twister. You are quite right.
Is. Yeah, I could see you reading it as you're saying it. Loads of people got that right. Well done.
You did. Well done. I'm impressed. Everyone is really on the ball today, aren't they?
Everyone's really on the ball. Carla, Chris, who else do we have here? Christy, Teresa, Maria, Stephanie, Nikki, Plans for Magic again. Well done. Laura, superstar. I mean, yeah, brilliant. Well done. Proud of you guys. Okay. I think we might have given the game away, but it's good to throw in kind of a little easy one here and there. Okay, so the orange colour in the botanical face cream comes from which ingredient? I think we might have said it, but it's okay.
Possibly.
We're all here for a little bit of fun. So the orange colour in the botanical face cream comes from which ingredient? Does it matter what colour your products are, Brooke, when you're making it, or do you just go for it?
No, you just go for it. depending on which ingredients you use, the colour will always be different. So natural ingredients have a slightly wider variety of colours. It depends on the colour you're going for. So some colours are much harder to find in nature. Some are much easier to find. Depends on their solubility and lots of interesting things that we'll get into when people start studying with this. You learn all the intricate details about colours. But for me personally, I don't mind having them just white, or they're normally a slightly sort of creamy colour rather than like they're not a stark white. They're like a sort of creamy, natural kind of colour, which is my favourite colour to have them, really. Sometimes the bright colours can make it harder to be harder to keep stable depending on what ingredient you've used. But the one we use for the masterclass is actually very clever because it's an oil. So I think everybody's already got it right, so that's good.
Everyone's already got it right. So what's the answer?
The answer is sea buckthorn oil, which is a fantastic ingredient because it's got such a strong colour. And the really cool thing, the reason we picked sea buckthorn oil for this particular masterclass is not just because of the colour, but because it is oil-based. It means that you don't have the problem of it shifting. The colour won't shift nearly so much as it would do if it was water-based. So that's another fun fact for everybody.
I hope everyone's taking notes because there's a lot of free good info we're giving. We're actually getting info from you, but yeah, thank you, everybody. Okay, brilliant. So number 17. This is another true or false. You need to test the pH for every type of formulation you make. So you need to test the pH for every type of formulation you make. Is that true or is that false? How did you get on with pH when you first started? Because I know we saw a couple of queries about that in the Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind group when people were trying to figure it out.
I will admit pH was the thing it took me the longest to grasp, I think. It's not too difficult in terms of the actual having to test the pH. What's challenging a little bit is the actual, when I got a pH meter, the whole process of calibrating it can be a little bit more tricky, and that's slightly harder to take care of. But it's, once you get the hang of it, it's quite easy. It's sort of nice and easy to, once you understand the reasonings behind pH. But as you can see, I'm tripping over a little bit because pH was slightly one thing that I struggled with to start with. So anybody that is struggling with it, you are 100% not alone. Everybody feels the same way when you start off with formulating. So don't worry, you will get the hang of it, and we are always here to help you if you need any help. But yeah.
Absolutely. And I can see a few kind of different answers to this. I think this one is another one of, this is throwing up kind of a mixed bag. So what's the answer and why?
So the answer is, oh, hang on a minute. Yep. The answer is,
Oh, have we lost you?
No, sorry, I was breaking up a bit there. It froze.
Oh.
So the answer is actually false. You don't need to check the pH for every type of formulation you make, only the ones that contain water. So a couple of other people have got this one right, so that's really good. It's only any formulations that contain water. Anything that's anhydrous, you don't need to check the pH for. So
I think a couple of people have answered true because they're thinking about the formulation that we did.
I think so, yeah. So if you're answering true, you do definitely need to check the pH for the masterclass cream. So this cream that we made as part of the masterclass, we need to check the pH. But for every formulation out there that you could possibly make, you don't need to check the pH for all of them unless it contains water. Water is the key ingredient, because if it doesn't have a water phase, if there's no water in the products, it doesn't actually have a pH that you can test. So
amazing. So that was kind of a tricky one, bit of a harder one.
It's a little harder one.
Most people kind of got that right. Okay, another true and false. These ones are kind of easier to grasp. So question 18. Ingredients from the same plant can come in more than one form. For example, liquids, powders, etc. So I hope people did a little bit of research in ingredients, kind of went out there and did a little bit of discovery. But what do we think? So ingredients from the same plant can come in more than one form. For example, liquids and powders. And we're going to be kind of going a little bit quicker now because it's 1:45. We've got 15 minutes left. And I just want everyone to kind of like take that in, because if you are thinking about joining the entrepreneur program, or if you need to do something like download something from the masterclass, if you just joined us, if you've come across the quiz because you're late to the masterclass, go and download your materials now. Get your ingredient list, your supply guide, and most importantly, Brooke, third one,
They want their workbook.
So go in there, just make sure you can just grab everything you can. Take a look at the FAQ questions. Brooke is lovely modeling it there. Just
It
do
looks very
everything you
snazzy.
can. It looks very snazzy, because we'll be closing at 4 o'clock. And if you have any questions, please just reach out to us, hello@formulabotanica.com, and we will get back to you. We promise. We've answered thousands of tickets. We will answer yours if you have a question. Okay, let's get to the answer.
Everyone's quite right. The answer is true.
Well done,
Any
everybody.
ingredient can come in many, many different forms, taken from different parts of the plant. So, well done, everybody.
Fantastic. And just before I go to the next question, Lorraine's going to be joining us in about 4 minutes. So think about that as well. If you have a question for Lorraine, we'll be doing like a 10-minute countdown, because it's 10 minutes left, guys, to the masterclass time. So she'll be joining us just to round that off. So we'll welcome her in a minute. Okay. I mean, this is going to be a really quick one. We're not going to hang around for this one, because we've already answered this and you should all know, but do you have to be a cosmetic chemist to formulate? We're literally going to go to the answers in like 10 seconds, but I want everyone to get this right. If you've been listening to us across any of our social media platforms, across the lessons, anything like that, first person in with the answers, Gloria. Well done, Gloria. Lillian, Melanie, Stephanie. What is the answer?
The answer is, of course, no. You don't have to be a cosmetics chemist to formulate. Even if you're formulating to make your own business, to make your own skincare products to sell, you don't have to be a cosmetic chemist to be able to do that. And I am living proof of that. You don't need to be a cosmetic chemist. A lot of our team, or a lot of our tutors are all living proof that you don't need a chemist degree. So well done, everybody.
It makes us happy that everyone got that right. If, you know, all the other questions are like a bit of fun, but thank you for getting that one right. Okay, pressing on really quickly. This is super easy, so we're not going to hang around for this one either. The masterclass formula was a botanical what cream? I mean, everyone should know this, so I'm just going to give you a couple of seconds to get this right. I don't want to see anyone getting this wrong or pretending they didn't know the answer to this one. The masterclass formula was a botanical blank, blank, blank cream. Melanie, I think, oh no, it was Gloria last time. Melanie, first in, well done. Serena, Gloria, Christy, run away, Lillian. Okay.
Everyone's right again.
Everyone's right again.
It is, of course, a face cream.
Absolutely. I mean, if anyone got that wrong, I don't know what masterclass you had participated in. A slightly harder one. Let's just test everyone's memories before we welcome Lorraine in a few minutes. So what emulsifier do we use in the masterclass formulation? So what emulsifier do we use in the masterclass formulation? Grab your workbook, have a look at the downloads that you got, the free materials, or try and like think about what you learned in the lessons. But we definitely told you this one. And then I think we have time for one more question after that, and then we're going to welcome Lorraine. Let's see. Okay, everyone's got Serena.
Serena's first in.
Melanie, Christy, superstar. Love saying that. Chris, Lara. Oh, I'm not sure if Lara got it right, but let's carry on. Brooke, what's the answer?
So the correct answer is vegetal, and I can see a couple of people saying Montanov 68, and you are also correct, because that is the same trade name as vegetal. They're the same ingredient, they've just got two different trade names. So well done, everybody. That's the emulsifier that we taught in the masterclass. A couple of people have said Olive M1000, and you're quite right, that is the alternative we gave you if you don't have access to vegetal, but the one we used in the actual masterclass formulation was vegetal. So
absolutely, well done, everybody. And this is your last question before we go into our countdown. So well done, everyone. This is amazing. What weight limit do you need for your scales? So what weight limit do we recommend? Brooke loves equipment. Brooke loves a scale. Brooke has spoken about scales many a time. So you should absolutely know the answer to this one, Brooke. I know that you do. But does everyone else remember, what weight limit do you need for your scales? Okay, a couple of different answers coming in.
No, they're all right. They formatted it slightly differently, but
okay,
good. So the answer is to 2 decimal places, so 0.00, which is the one you want. If you have 0. To 1 decimal place, so say 0.0, that would be slightly too high for measuring things like your essential oil, or as you get further into formulating some extracts, you need to use in teeny tiny little amounts, so you want to be able to measure them down nice and low. So to 2 decimal places is the correct answer. A couple of people have said jewelry scales. You're quite right. Jewelry scales is the one we suggest you get when you get started, because they go down low enough. Most kitchen scales don't go down as far as 2 decimal places. So
well done, everyone.
Well done.
I think
You're
you've
all
done it. I
right.
think
That's
most people
great.
got that one right. It just shows in this masterclass that people have really been paying attention, especially the people that have turned up to this masterclass closing quiz, which is just incredible. So you guys get a gold star. This is the most successful one in terms of answers that we have ever done. So well done, everybody. And I'm going to welcome Lorraine, so she can come in any time from now, and we're going to do our 10-minute countdown. Hi, Lorraine.
Hello. My goodness.
Hello.
I've been watching you in the background while I was doing some work, and I'm loving all the answers. I'm loving the questions. It is so good to see everyone taking part. So well done, everyone. Big gold stars all round.
Big gold stars. That's the best one we've ever done in terms of people getting everything right. So gold star to all of you for taking part and joining us for this closing quiz, because we just like to know that you've enjoyed it, really, and the information has gone on. It shows that we have created something that has been worthwhile for you. So thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, and as you can tell, I've got my countdown timer here. I've put up the phone. So you can see, so almost, just under 8 minutes to go now until we close the masterclass and until we close enrollment. And for those of you who are taking part, I know quite a few of you have enrolled already. Big warm welcome to Formula Botanica. I just want to give a couple of shout outs to people who've enrolled literally in the last minutes. If
Go for it,
Lisa. So we've got Andrew in the UK, Stefano in Italy, Paola in Panama. We've got Cassia in the US. We've got Cindy in Indonesia, Catherine, US, Andrea in the UK, Brandy, US, Anita, Hungary, Noura in Kuwait, Erica in Canada, Guillaume in France, Teresa in the US, Andrea, Portugal. So many people have joined us, and this is just literally in the last few minutes. So a huge welcome. If you're watching, post up. We want to cheer you on and welcome you personally. But I'm thrilled that you're all here. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see your formulations.
Wow, that's incredible. And if you think about it as well, all these people who have signed up, you can start immediately. There's no waiting. All these, everyone from all over the world that have signed up, as soon as you're kind of logged in, obviously you just go through that short stage, you're away and you can complete those first 2 modules, before you know it. So that is incredibly exciting. All those people are just going to be able to get started. And one day, hopefully, they're going to be on our graduate page, which is just amazing.
And we are very close to hitting 19,000 students and graduates as well. So I think we're about 34 students away, which we will absolutely reach. And I can't wait to see what all those students do now that they're part of our community.
Exactly. And I know a lot of you know this, but that counter behind Lorraine that she's kind of looking at is the amount of students that we have right now. So every time that little flutter kind of like goes, it means someone actually has enrolled. So yeah, we keep like a live timer of all of our students every enrollment period.
I know. It's been an amazing masterclass. Like, it's just been so incredible to watch everyone take part, watch the excitement, watch the formulations, or if people didn't formulate along, just watch them soak up that knowledge. And that's why we do it. And I can see Suzanne in the chat. Suzanne, you're a rock star. She says, Formula Botanica has changed my life. Thank you.
Oh,
that's wonderful to hear. And it's changed my life too. It's changed everyone's lives who takes part in our community. And that's why we're here. That's why we do it.
That is amazing. And this comment from Stephanie as well, I'm just going to pop it up just in the bottom. Thank you for this wonderful masterclass. You gave me the courage to play around with my formulations, which is just great. Like, if we can give anyone just that kind of little bit of a push just to try something, because a lot of people don't think that they can do it. We're just here to show you that you absolutely can. And that kind of level can be whatever you want it. If you want to just achieve a certain thing, you can do it. And we're here to help you as well.
Yep, that's why we do what we do. And I saw the question that you asked, do you need to be a chemist to do this? And I loved watching all the people go, no, because you don't. And I think it's really wonderful that so many people have now realized this, because you don't need to be a chemist to do this. And so many of the graduate products I have stood here are from people who aren't chemists either. So I can't wait to add all of those new graduate brands to our gallery and showcase them in the next masterclasses whenever we do them.
Exactly. And I know, Brooke, you've been working kind of like on the next masterclass that we've just kind of like been thinking about, but what's it been like kind of seeing all the pictures come into the Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind and seeing people discover formulating? Because that was kind of you at one point, I guess.
It was definitely, and it's lovely to see everybody sort of discovering formulating and learning to play around with ingredients and finding that passion for it. And I think it's really great, especially when we're looking into things we want to do in the future with masterclasses, because seeing what people are enjoying gives us a really good idea as to what we want to do going forward. And it's lovely to see everybody be so passionate about it and to really join in on our mission to teach the world to formulate. And it's fantastic to see. And as you're quite right, I was in that position once upon a time where I had just a box of ingredients under my bed and I mixed them together in my kitchen, and that was all I had. And it's Formula Botanica is what's brought me here today, and it's lovely to see so many other people that are coming along on that journey, and to be a part of a community that's nearly 19,000 people is just incredible. So
yeah.
It really is. And I want everyone who's loving it, you know, to think about their next step in formulation, which is, of course, why we teach this masterclass. And I just a caveat, I don't know if we're ever going to teach this one again. I certainly have no plans. The next one is miles away. So this is it for now. So if you haven't jumped in and downloaded your workbook, you've got 3 minutes left, basically. But it is really wonderful to see everyone go through this, because that's what we want ultimately. We want you to formulate and we want you to have fun with it. And it is amazing that over 53,000 people did exactly that in this masterclass. So we're thrilled that you were with us. Thank you.
Exactly. And if you do want to kind of take it further, do reach out to us if you have questions about our entrepreneur program, because it really is the next step if you want to take your formulation game to that next level. Or go to our website and check out our blog section. There's tons of things in there. Just think about the next thing that you want to formulate and just keep in contact with us. Stay in the Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind, share your formulation, share your journey. You'll find 90 of the 1,000 people in there that are, you know, in the same team as you, basically.
Yeah.
So it's a good place to stay. And all our students are now jumping into the online classroom, which is our exclusive community that we have for people studying with us, so they can get help and guidance from other students as they go through their studies. So that's another big exciting thing to look forward to.
If you think the Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind group on Facebook is good, you haven't seen anything yet. Like, the online classroom is a whole cut above that. It's a fantastic community. And just really quick, my counter's about to tick over. There's always a couple of minutes delay. Big warm welcome to Cara in the US, Kawai in the UK, Jolie US, Bettina UK, Coralie in Australia, Kathleen. Amazing. It's wonderful to see you with us. So you've made a fantastic decision and we love having you here.
It's really exciting. Oh, it's funny to look at like the last minute and 40. It's kind of, it's been so fun, this masterclass, you know, and a couple of people have asked, can I still watch the lessons? Can I continue with it? But, you know, and we have to just kind of say we do have to end it at some point. All good things come to an end. Otherwise, you know, there'll be no masterclass. We need to keep it kind of like contained. But thank you so much for everyone for taking part and sharing your images. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, you know, we couldn't do it without you. We really have to have the community spirit and that kind of participation. So thank you so much for joining us for it. You know, you really do make it what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you watching, if you are thinking of enrolling, you haven't got very long. And your challenge now is to beat our tech team, because they're in the background. They're getting ready to shut the whole thing down, and it will be taken off the website. Enrollment won't be open anymore. The masterclass will be completely gone. You can go and test it, but, you know, obviously they need a little bit of time to get it set up. So if you're on the fence and you're thinking, I've got 37 seconds.
It's not a lot of time.
See, like, get in there now and do it, because you haven't got very long, and this could be the next chapter in your life. And I don't say that lightly. We talked about this on the live last night. I was there with Robin, and we were talking about people, about her journey of going through the entrepreneur program, but also people in the comments were leaving comments going, I just signed up. This is the first step in the next chapter of my life. And I couldn't agree more. It's incredibly exciting. So you haven't got long. If you click on the link with this video right now, head over to the website. You've got an opportunity right now to completely change your life. And I don't say that lightly. Can you hear my duck?
We can.
I always love my duck. So yeah, that's it. We've hit 4 o'clock.
Well, we're going to get there eventually. Yeah, thank you.
It's a bittersweet moment.
It is bittersweet. It really is bittersweet. But thank you so much for everybody. lots of thank yous in the chat. Someone says a big hug to all the team at Formula Botanica. Big hug right back. Thank you so much. A couple of people planning and saying what they're going to do and their next step. So thank you so much. And someone says here, the masterclass was awesome. It's made me dream big again. I enrolled a few days ago and cannot wait to see what the future brings. Thank you to the Formula Botanica team. Nikki, you were a star in the quiz. Well done. You got so many of the questions right, and you got an extra brownie point for one of them, so well done. Thank you so much. We cannot wait either. We've had fun with the masterclass, but this is where the real fun starts, because everyone starts learning more. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the masterclass is just like a drop in the ocean of what you learn at Formula Botanica. Look at the counter go.
And can you hear that sound? That is the counter. So that is another person enrolling. So thank you so much, everybody. But there will only be a few more of them, and then
yeah. Absolutely. So imagine that, the masterclass had a lot of information in it. It is just that much compared to what you get in the courses, which is that much. So if you enjoyed it and you think this is your future, then this is your moment. And that moment won't be back for a very long time. And I will say, I can't even guarantee that the entrepreneur program will be the way it is next time around that we open up enrollment. And I can't guarantee that it will be the same price it is. So this really is your last opportunity for now.
Yeah, if we're going to end the live literally in the next minute, but if you are kind of like, if you've gone through to that page and if you're going through, don't panic. Our help desk team will be there to help you. You'll be able to get through. And if you do have any issues, or any questions, actually, if you're watching this live, you probably do have questions about our entrepreneur program, then just reach out to us on hello@formulabotanica.com and our team will get back to you. But yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for getting the right answers. Thank you to everyone who enrolled in the last hour. Amazing. We will see you in the online classroom. Thank you to Lorraine and Brooke. We're going to wrap things up, and it's time to get orientation started and get in the online classroom and get learning with all of our students.
Absolutely. Go make the most of it. Go dive in, enjoy your course materials. And for everyone who hasn't joined us, stay in our community. Keep talking to us. We know you'll enroll with us one day. That's why you're here. We have lots of blog posts. We have a podcast you can subscribe to. Stay chatting to us. Keep in touch, because we want to get you formulating. And we know that one day you'll make that leap. And that day is maybe not today, but I can't wait to see what that could mean for you. So if you're still on the fence, just talk to us. We'd love to hear from you. Just reach out to us at hello@formulabotanica.com and speak directly to us.
Exactly. Well, I think we'll leave it there. But thank you, everybody. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you, Brooke. And thank you to everyone. And we'll see you in our communities.
Yep. See you in our classroom soon. Bye, everyone.